Hi everyone, it's Donna Stellhorn, your practical astrologer, here to talk to you about July 20th, 2020 and the new moon. And this reading is for Geminis. And this is going forward for about 4 weeks. And so what do we see? Of course, you are doing the sun, moon in late degrees of Cancer in your house of money. Super important 4-week period for you for achieving some of your money goals. And so this sun, moon, as it comes together, what this does is this lights up your money house and gives you more opportunities. So if you've been working on things, if you've been planting seeds, this is a time where you may look out and say, okay, now I'm starting to see the sprouts. Now this is new moon energy, so this is the beginning. So this also might be you planting the seeds. This could be you right at the very beginning, but this is when you're taking that action, this is the thing to do, to focus on what it is that you have, where's your money going, how much is coming in, do you need more money coming in? And if you do, then how can you find things that you truly connect with your heart? Now here's the interesting thing about this new moon. As you can see, it directly opposes Saturn in your 8th house of resources from others. That direct opposition means that you do feel blocked, maybe by something external, or maybe it's your own fears, but there is something out there that's blocking you from doing the things that you want to do or making the money that you want to make. So what's really important here is to recognize what it is that's in your way. Is this that you feel like you need resources from others, such as a loan or some sort of financial help to move forward? And then maybe you want to look at some sort of crowdfunding. If you can't get a conventional bank loan, maybe it is a conventional bank loan that you're looking for, but you're nervous about doing the application or to actually approaching multiple banks. But it's really important to look within to see if this really is just fear versus a banker stamping, denied on your application. Is this the fear of even doing the application or, approaching something like the SBA? Now, we will talk about those of you who don't own a business. We'll talk about you and income derived from career in a moment. It's also significant to point out that Mars is going through your house of friendships and organizations and groups. This is your networking opportunity, and this lasts for 6 months. So you have this ability right now to reach out to others and connect with people. And this is where your point of action is. That means that if you're saying to yourself, okay, I do want more money in my life, I do want to have more success, but I don't know where to start. Well, this is to start with your savvy friends, the ones who are doing really well. This is also to reach out to professional organizations and connect with them. Connect with people online. That's also 11th house for what they're doing. Maybe they are doing inspirational videos, or maybe they're in your industry and they're just farther down the road and they have a lot of tips for you. So when we look at your relationships, your love life right now, it's a little out of sync because we don't have an aspect between Mercury and Jupiter. That is going to change, but right now, for the next 4 weeks, you may want to just cool your heels on that and focus on what this new moon is talking about, which is your finances, how much stuff you have, your spending habits, how you're keeping track of your money. That's where the focus is. So while relationships are still important, and we do have the Mars up in your house of friendships, so you do have still that connection. When it comes to your love life, you might be out of sync, and that does mean that it's hard to connect with people, hard to find someone that you're looking for, hard to even really connect on a deeper level with the person that you're in a relationship with. So just back up a little bit, take a breath. Don't try to push this right now. Now, when it comes to home and family, things are pretty stable. In fact, some issues that maybe you had in the past are now starting to move forward because Mercury has gone direct and now it's moving back at its full speed. And so that's really good. It is in Cancer right now, and that does mean that it's good to spend a little time talking to your family about how they handle their money issues and looking to see if you're repeating some positive family patterns or some negative family gambling patterns and seeing what you can do to clear that. But otherwise, it does say that home is pretty stable, that you might be coming together for family get-togethers, for meals and things like that. But otherwise, it doesn't say that too much activity is happening as a focus right now for your home. That even means that if by chance you happen to be unpacking from a recent move or something like that, it just says continue to unpack, no big deal. Things are basically just going along as they have in the past. If you do have an upcoming move, it is saying that you do need to spend a little bit more time actually focused on packing and getting things done. It says here that you might be procrastinating. When we look at your career also is just kind of humming along. It's not really doing an aspect, or there is no aspect between Mercury and Neptune right now, and so we just see things as being kind of status quo. That means that if you're in a job already, it's just going to continue. If you're looking for work, it does mean you have to up the energy a little bit. Otherwise, you're going to continue to just send out your resume and not get the responses you want. And so by upping the energy, what we're talking about is through meditation, through visualization, affirmations, because you have Pisces right at the top of your chart. That's a spiritual indicator. That means that when you co-create with the universe, things really happen. So that is, you might want to write down your wishes and place them by the front door. That's good feng shui because all new energy comes through the front door. There's a lot of videos on my channel on feng shui, and so you can use that to help you find new job energy. So when it comes to your money, you are actually, as I said already, very focused on money right now. And this could be due to all the things that have happened this year, or perhaps there has been an interruption in income. But right now, the focus is on what you have and how you make more of it. And that's why you have so much potential during this period. So your second house is pulling money from that moon in the second house, and that does say that it's possible to make money through buying and selling things, that if you look at just what assets you have, that can be assets in a physical form, that is also the assets that you are, and your sense of deserving really helps. If you have a sense that you deserve more money, that you work hard, that you provide a good product, etc., when you have that sense of deserving, you actually make more and you generate more opportunities for further expansion. And that's what's important. Now, of course, if you're already saying to yourself, oh, but I don't feel worthy, then what's important to do is to go back into your past and talk to yourself about what you've done in the past that was worthy. And let's say even then you say, Donna, I can't think of anything. Well, then one, I would say you're not looking hard enough because you have done something. But second, I would say, all right, then resolve in this moment to do your job really well. Even if you hate your job, show the integrity and that willingness to go that 110%, because as you do, yes, you're giving them a good product and maybe they don't deserve it, but what you will understand is that you deserve more and you will open up the opportunities. Now, when we look at your money derived from business or from passive income sources, you are, of course, still doing Jupiter, Pluto, Saturn. You're going to be doing that for a long time, so no need to rehash that. You can go through the old videos. I talk about that over and over. But what's important here is the relationship between the moon and Saturn, which is an exact opposition, which is fantastic. I know some of you have been studying some astrology. You say, oh, Donna, an opposition is not a good aspect. Yes, in principle, it's not a good aspect, but when it comes to actually making money, you need an aspect. It doesn't matter what the aspect is. And that says here that you have the ability to make more money than usual through a business or through a passive income source. Now, of course, the opposition isn't easy. The opposition to Saturn says that you have to really work at something, that you have to climb the mountain, that you have to show that you know what you're talking about to make this happen. But when you do, you will be rewarded. When we look at your money derived from career, we have the Chiron Mars up there. That Chiron Mars is going to stay there for the rest of the year. Now, the Mars says take a lot of action and money from career happens. So that is asking for a raise, looking for a new job, maybe bouncing into another position just because that will give you a bump up in your salary. And right now, of course, you don't have an aspect between the moon and the Mars. And so what we're seeing is that there is some difficulty making that happen over the next 4 weeks. Of course, this energy is going to change. And so you can ask, and maybe the boss says, oh, next month we'll talk about it. Great, put it in your calendar, because next month you could be doing really positive energy for making this happen. But right now, this is more about planting the seeds. And of course, when you plant seeds, for a while you're just staring at dirt. And then finally things start to sprout. When we talk about your windfalls, that is unexpected money or unexpected stuff. We're looking at the aspect between Venus and Moon. And I don't talk about it very often, but this is a semi-square. Semi-squares are challenging aspects. And so, yes, it's challenging. You know what I say, though? It is an aspect. So it's one of those aspects, though, that does take a little bit of work. So how do you, work at a windfall? Well, that is when you reach out maybe to an influencer, they actually connect with you. Or when you plant that seed in some way for doing your business or something like that, then something happens. Specifically, it is when you're in touch with your intuition, when you just dash off a little note, maybe complimenting someone or reaching out to someone you haven't spoken to in a while, and suddenly there's a connection and they turn around and say, oh, I'll help you with this, or hey, I'm not using this camera right now, you can borrow it, or something like that. So that's what this semi-square is about. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Stay tuned and you'll see some footage of LaRue. In the meantime, if you like videos like this, please subscribe. Hit the like button if you like videos like this, and I'll see you in the next video.